Before we get started, I would appreciate if you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video, I'm going to be talking about my cryptocurrency portfolio and which coins and tokens and cryptos I'm currently holding and the percentage amount and why I'm holding them. So here is my portfolio. As you can see here, you can see the percentage amount of the tokens I'm holding on each of them, and these red numbers are basically the average cost that I have paid for each crypto, because when I buy them, I don't buy them in one go. I may do it in drips and drabs over time. I try to dollar cost average. I try to catch dips and get them at good prices, and obviously I buy them at different prices by doing it this way. But the average cost, when I work out the average cost per token, this is what it equals to. So there are some cryptos that did not make the list. It's because I either hold a very small amount or because I have written those cryptos off as failures and I have just basically taken the loss on those investments. So this is my current crypto portfolio. The tokens and cryptos here are mostly what I have faith in or believe in that they're going to do well for me in the future. So taking up 57% of my crypto portfolio is Bitcoin, and the average cost of Bitcoin, if I was to calculate how much I own and what the price I would have bought them at, the average cost would have been or is 6,469. And if we go here, you can see Bitcoin is currently at £7,289. So yes, I'm in a little bit of a profit, but nothing great, nothing amazing. Obviously, you can see that I have entered or started investing into Bitcoin late, considering that my average cost is 6,000 and the price is around 7,200. However, I do believe in Bitcoin long term, and I do think one day Bitcoin, even though I know a lot of people disagree with this, but I do think Bitcoin can 10 times what it's worth now and can be worth over £100,000, and I do believe that's possible. So I do believe it can 10 times, so Bitcoin can be worth £72,000 per Bitcoin, and one day it could go over 100,000. Maybe within this decade, who knows? Some people don't think that's possible, but I do think it's still possible. Now, even though I hold 57% of a Bitcoin and I think Bitcoin can do 10 times, there are other cryptos in my portfolio where I believe I'm going to make much more money on than Bitcoin. But I do have a significant portion of my portfolio in Bitcoin nonetheless. Maybe I would reduce this amount because 57% is a lot. So maybe I would bring it down to 50% or even 40%, who knows. So the next one in my portfolio that I have the most of is Digibyte. Now, my average cost per Digibyte that I paid is 0.009, and I have 13%. That's 30. Digibyte makes up 13% of my crypto portfolio. So let's quickly check out Digibyte right now. I'm in profit with Digibyte because it's priced at 0.016, and the average cost I paid per Digibyte is 0.009. Now, Digibyte is a coin and token. It's a coin that I believe can do 10 times, can even do 100 times what it's worth right now. So if it was to do 100 times, it would be worth £1.06. I believe that's possible, and I believe Digibyte can be priced within the range of $1 to $10, and we could see that within this decade. One thing I'd like to add is that when I invest in crypto, I do it with a long-term goal or long-term mindset. I'm not really a short-term investor. I try to pick coins or tokens or cryptocurrencies that I see doing well in the future and still being around in the future, because I'm a long-term investor and that's my goal. I think of where is this token or coin going to be within the next 5 to 10 years. That's just my mindset. I'm not thinking of weeks or months. I'm thinking along the line of years. So within this decade, between 2020 to 2030, I think Digibyte can be priced between $1 to $10, and let me just say £1 to £10 as well. So £1 to £10 would be more than $1 to $10, because £10 would be maybe what, 12, 13, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how much £10 would be in dollars, maybe even $15, I'm not sure. But I think Digibyte can do that. Digibyte can definitely be worth over $1, over £1. And if it's 0.016, if it times 10, it's 0.16 times 100, £1.60. I can see Digibyte being worth £1.60 per coin over or in this decade. And the reason why is, check out my videos. I have done so many videos on Digibyte lately. It's one of my favorite altcoins on the market. Nothing really comes close to Digibyte as a cryptocurrency. What you want in a cryptocurrency, Digibyte basically has. So it's one of my favorite altcoins, and I think Digibyte can do really well. It's just a matter of more people becoming aware of Digibyte and what it has to offer. Through organic growth, the price of Digibyte would grow as well. So Digibyte makes up 13% of my portfolio, and my average cost into Digibyte is 0.009. Thirdly is Utrust and Theta. I own 9% of both. They make up 9% of my portfolio. Now Utrust, the average price I bought this token at, is an ERC20 token, is 0.014. Now let's check out Utrust now, see how it's doing. 0.014 is the average price I paid, and the token is now worth 0.05 cents. So this one has done me some good, considering I've only paid 0.01p for it, 1 cent or 1 pence, and the price now is 0.05 pence. So it's done some nice increase for me. However, why have I invested in Utrust is because I like what Utrust is doing, what they're about. So for those of you who don't know what Utrust is basically, imagine PayPal, but imagine it for the cryptocurrency space. So it's a platform that enables merchants to easily accept crypto and for consumers to easily spend their cryptocurrency. And one of the things about Utrust is that they also accept Digibyte as a payment option, which is great. And they've got some good people on their project, on their team, and they're making some good partnerships. So I think Utrust in the cryptocurrency space has a bright future, because if cryptocurrency is going to be successful as a whole, as a market, and there's going to be so much people who are going to generate wealth through crypto, and there's going to be lots of people that want to spend it, why shouldn't merchants take advantage of that by allowing people to spend their cryptocurrency in their stores? Now, the problems that merchants have, Utrust solves those problems, which is why I like Utrust. So let me just, off the top of my head, I made a video about this as well. Check out my video, an introduction to Utrust, to know more, and check out their website. But off the top of my head, one of the problems that merchants have with accepting crypto is that crypto is very volatile. Now, Utrust solves this problem for them by allowing consumers to pay in crypto, whereas merchants receive the money in fiat currency. So they make the conversion on the spot and they pay the merchants in fiat currency directly into their bank account, and they only charge the merchant a 1% transaction fee, which is cheap considering all the other payment options and gateways out there. So merchants adding Utrust onto their website as a payment gateway at checkout, they can save money because they pay less in transaction fees and they receive fiat currency as well. And for consumers, they also get buyer protection when using Utrust and paying with crypto. So that's something that PayPal offers, and that's something that Utrust also offers as well for their consumers. So it's really good because they're solving problems that merchants have with accepting cryptocurrency, and they're solving problems that consumers may have, which is with paying with cryptocurrency, and that is buyer protection. Because we know with cryptocurrency the payments are irreversible, but when you pay through Utrust, they act as an escrow service, so they would hold the payments, make sure you get the goods that you're paying for online. If there's any problems, you can raise a dispute through the Utrust platform, and Utrust would refund you if the merchant obviously did not deliver on their services or goods. I'm not going to talk much on Utrust, but price-wise, this is where I think Utrust can go. I think Utrust can definitely do way better than its all-time high, and its all-time high was about 990p, and that was in January the 11th, 2018. And this was a time when Utrust did not even have a product. It was a time where Utrust probably just had the white paper out, and during this time, late 2017, early 2018, the whole cryptocurrency market was on a bull run. If you was around in that time, every coin project that had a white paper without nothing other than a white paper were literally pumping. So this is before they even had anything. Today, Utrust has their platform. They have partnerships with merchants that have accepted them, not small-time merchants either, and the price is just 5 cents. Now it's currently just above the ICO price, because the ICO price was around 6.5, sorry, 6.5 cents. 6.5 cents. So let me just check this out. What is it in dollars? Yeah, so the ICO price of Utrust was 6.5 cents. Now it's what, 6.7 cents. It's literally above the ICO price by fragments of pennies. So if you catch it in at this price, you're still buying it at the ICO price more or less. And again, in the long run, if I think about a 5 to 10 year projection, I think this coin can do a times 100. And if it's 5p now, sorry, it's not a coin, it's a token. I keep using the two terms interchangeably. Sometimes I refer to a coin as a token and a token as a coin. Utrust is an ERC20 token. It doesn't have its own blockchain. It's built on Ethereum. So if it does a times 100, then it could be worth £5 per token. And I think it can easily be worth £5 per token, even £5 plus, £10 plus per token. I mean, look at the market cap. The market cap is what, 24 million. If we check out the market cap of PayPal, for instance, why can't Utrust one day have the same or a similar market cap to PayPal for the cryptocurrency space? Obviously, we have a long way to go in terms of cryptocurrency being more mass adopted, more people owning and using cryptocurrency and wanting to spend it, but eventually we would get there. And Utrust, having started now, is literally a company that's a part of something huge, and they're taking a position whereby they could have a huge control or monopoly of payments within the cryptocurrency space going through them. So that's Utrust. And then Theta, I paid on average 6 cents, 6.8 cents for Theta. Now the price of Theta is 19 pence, and I paid 6.7 pence on Theta. So I've made some profit here, some nice profit on this one. Now, again, if you don't know what Theta is, Theta basically offers decentralized streaming. So when people do live video streams, Theta is a platform that enables decentralized live video stream. I would let you do more research into Theta, but decentralized streaming is potentially big business, whereby people, you have problems with platforms that are centralized and you're streaming through them. With decentralized streaming, content creators won't have those problems where their stream is being censored or taken down, because it's done peer to peer via a decentralized network. So your stream is going to go out there without any censorship. Also, what Theta does is it helps centralized platforms save on their content delivery costs if they use the Theta network to stream their content. So I think Theta can definitely do 10 times, and that would be £1.90 from where it is now. And if it was to do 100 times, it would be £19. And I really think that's possible as well, Theta being able to do that. Now, of course, in this video, I'm not going into the tokenomics of any of these coins and tokens that I've mentioned. I'm not doing that. It's not supposed to be an in-depth video. I'm just going over where I think coins and tokens that I own in my portfolio can be. I'm not really talking about why I think they can get there, other than by explaining what the project offers. But obviously, there's more factors involved why I believe Theta can be times 10 and reach times 100. I mean, some people say Theta can be one day $100 per coin or token. Theta has its own network. It's on its own mainnet. It's no longer an ERC20 token. Now, the total supply of Theta is 1 billion. The circulatory supply is 870 million. And again, I'm not talking about the economics of the token in this video as to why I think Theta can get to where I think it can get to. That's for you to do your own research, and maybe one day I would make videos on this stuff. But I do think Theta, in the long run, especially as it continues to make partnerships, strengthening this concept of decentralized video streaming, I think Theta has the potential to do well as time goes by. And then we have, so after 9% Theta, next on the list is Cardia Chain. So Cardia Chain is actually a token. Is currently an ERC20 token, but they're going to have their own mainnet later this year in Q4. But it's actually a token that I invested in recently, and I managed to get in at my average cost per token was 0.003, and this token has been on a crazy growth spurt because now it's at 0.009. So I pretty much tripled my investment in like a week or two, literally like less than 10 days. And as you can see, I probably got in around, my average was about 0.003. So anywhere, let's say here, although it wasn't in this day exactly, but since I got in, this is just where my average has been. It's just went zoom right to here, man. It's done really well. Now again, long-term projection, I think Cardia Chain over the coming years, 2-3 years, can do really well. And I'll let you do your own research into Cardia Chain, but it's basically a project that's really focused in Southeast Asia, in Vietnam, and again, they are doing well when it comes to doing partnerships. They're working with the government over there for some of their platforms and infrastructure, and they're basically building a blockchain that's focused on interoperability. Their chain can connect to other blockchains out there, whether it be private blockchains, other public blockchains, and it can allow interoperability between the chains. So tokens can be sent through Cardia Chain onto Ethereum, or from Ethereum onto Cardia Chain to another chain, and so on. So Cardia Chain is a public blockchain platform focused on interoperability and providing hybrid blockchain solution infrastructure for enterprises and governments in Vietnam. So they're focused on in Asia. Which I like about that is that they're not trying to focus on every single country around the world. They already know their niche. They already know the market that they're targeting and what part of the world they're targeting. And they want to make blockchain mass adopted. And they're doing that by mainly focusing on enterprises such as businesses and governments. they want to incorporate their blockchain into these businesses and into certain elements of government infrastructure and benefit them with blockchain technology. So the enterprises and governments can have a private blockchain, for instance, and they can use Cardia chain to communicate and connect with public blockchains with the interoperability that Cardia chain provides. So other countries in Southeast Asia, we are working with major services providers, enterprises and governments to decentralize their existing solutions. So that's what they want to do, is help these businesses and governments decentralize their existing solutions. Our approach helps Cardia chain reach millions of users without the immense cost of educating the market. So rather than having to educate the public, the average people, to use Cardia chain or use their technology, Cardia chain isn't doing it that way. They're just focusing on enterprises and governments. So if they can have a business use Cardia chain or government use Cardia chain in those regions, then automatically it would translate to the people be using blockchain technology without even knowing that they're using it. That's how you can get mass adoption, when the user is using your product and they don't even know that they're using a product that's basically running on blockchain tech. And that's what Cardia chain is doing in order to get millions of users using their platform or their blockchain by really dealing direct with businesses and government. So our dual node technology allows cross-chain communication between any public or private blockchain, regardless of the protocol. So no matter what the protocol is, they can communicate with that blockchain through Cardia chain with their dual node technology. So imagine they're communicating with the Ethereum blockchain, and they can do that. Again, this cross-chain communication is done using Cardia chain. And I think recently, is there a blockchain called Neon, Neo, Neo? I think this is the one. Cardia chain has partnered with Neo as well, whereby they would be able to do cross-chain communication for Neo. So that's great. So this provides easy to adopt solutions for institutional clients. So I think Cardia chain, considering that they're focusing mainly on Southeast Asia and they already have good partnerships that they've made already, they seem to be growing from strength to strength. I think Cardia chain potentially has a good future ahead of it. This coin can be worth 10 cents, 20 cents, who knows, 30 cents. I mean, because I purchased it at 0.003, if it was to go times 100, what would that be for me? That would be 30 pence. Now, I think Cardia chain can do times 100 and be about 30 pence. I think that's possible. Give it a couple of years, maybe. Again, I'm not talking about the tokenomics, but there's much more to it than what I've mentioned. I gave you a brief overview of what they're doing and a projection as to where I think this token can go. However, there's much more things in the pipeline, such as staking. So there's much more to it than what I've mentioned. And obviously, these factors can affect the tokenomics. But this is one of the tokens I've invested into recently, Cardia chain, and it's at 3% of my portfolio currently, and I do plan to own more. In fact, with a lot of these tokens, I do plan to increase the percentages in Digibyte, in Trust, in Cardia chain. So eventually, maybe Bitcoin will be much less than 57% of my portfolio as I add more and as I accumulate more of these tokens and coins that I believe in. So the next one is Matic. I currently own, it makes up 2% of my portfolio, and my average cost price into Matic is 0.017, and this is also another recent token that I have invested in. So let's look at Matic. So the current price of Matic is 0.0169. I purchased, my average is 0.017 and it's 169. So it's still around the same range, a bit less, but yeah, again, long-term investment. So I'm not worried about any of that. And what Matic is basically, it is basically a secondary layer that helps with Ethereum, scaling Ethereum. Because if you know that Ethereum is a blockchain that is slow, it has high gas fees, it gets congested, It's really slow building, having dApps on Ethereum because of the scalability issue. Now Matic comes along, they are solving all the problems that Ethereum is having. Let me read it from here. It's a layer 2 scaling solution. So it's a layer 2 scaling solution for Ethereum. So it basically solves the problems that Ethereum is having. So if Ethereum has high gas fees, Matic enables dApps to be built on top of it with the cost is much lower. The transaction per second over the Matic network is much faster than Ethereum. So for dApps, these decentralized applications, it's rather than build on Ethereum, it's better for them to migrate to Matic, and Matic directly communicates with the Ethereum blockchain. So their tokens would be able to cross over from Matic onto Ethereum, and it solves the problems that these dApps are having by being built on Ethereum itself. So Matic Network is a layer 2 scaling solution backed by Binance and Coinbase that aims to provide a generalized layer 2 platform enabling Ethereum developers to scale their dApps for large-scale usage. For the initial phase, Matic has launched its hybrid proof-of-stake plasma sidechains on top of Ethereum. According to the team, Matic is one of the fastest growing dApp platforms in the space. So Matic believes the answer to enabling widespread adoption of blockchain technology lies with second layer solutions focused on scalability. They want to provide scalability for Ethereum because Ethereum is lacking in that department. Ethereum is slow. Matic is providing the solutions to the problems of Ethereum, and they're basically saying, come on dApps, build yourself a Matic, and the Matic chain communicates with the Ethereum blockchain anyways, but you won't have any of the problems that you're having with Ethereum. You can have these fast running apps, dApps, with cheap fees, fast transactions per second, quicker block confirmation times, and that is what Matic is doing. So I do like Matic. Again, do your own research. I do think Matic has the potential to do well. And can Matic reach times 10 and go to 16 pence? I think it can. Maybe one day it can do a times 100 and go to 1.6 pounds in the future. It's got a supply of 10 billion and a circulatory supply of 3.7 billion. However, a lot of these tokens would be locked up through staking, so it's possible, especially if the Matic network gets a lot of adoption through dApps, and then dApps decide to be built on Matic instead of Ethereum because of the problems that they're having with Ethereum. So they can just migrate their dApp to Matic network, and the Matic network still communicates with the Ethereum blockchain. They have that interoperability going on there, and the dApps can perform much better and faster and smoother, cheaper for them to run, and so on. So the more adoption, the more the usage of the Matic tokens, more staking. So potentially Matic could do well in the future. So this is one of the tokens as well that I've invested in. I do plan to buy more Matic. I do plan to buy more Kai. The next is Nano, and it's 1% of my portfolio, and the cost that I bought in was 52 pence. Now, if I look at Nano at the moment, it makes up a small percentage of my portfolio, and the price is 78 pence. So I'm at a profit with Nano. It's a very small percentage. What I like about Nano really is basically it's feeless, decentralized, and the transactions are instantaneous. So those are the features I liked about Nano. Yeah, here it is. Nano is reportedly able to offer fast and feeless transactions due to the block lattice. It's literally like you send a payment and the receiver receives it straight away. And also there's no fees attached to it. So I do like Nano. I haven't purchased a lot of it. I know its all-time high. It went to around £26.18. Again, that was in 2018 during a massive bull run in the cryptocurrency space. Now, during the next bull run, it can potentially reach this price again, or maybe even double it, who knows. So it's just a little bit of speculation on my part that I own 1% of Nano. Do I plan to increase this 1% stake? Not really. I mean, it depends. If I reach my goals with Kai and Matic, Theta, Digibyte, Utrust, where I want to be with these coins and tokens, the ones that I really like, that I really believe in, then I may increase my stake in Nano as well. And then I own 0% of Link. I mean, it's such a small amount, that's why it's 0%. And I own about 3% of XRP. I'm not going to talk about XRP. I think everybody knows what XRP is. But the reason why I purchased XRP was just for speculation. I mean, this is not something that I plan to hold for such a very long time. It's more so just to make some money and sell it. Because if XRP within a few years or during the next bull run does better than what it did last time, then I think last time it reached what was the highest? £2.52 it says here. If it reaches £2.52 again or doubles that, then buying it at these prices is a good way to make a profit. So 15 pence times 10 is £1.50. Could it do that? Yeah, I think it could do that. I think it could reach £2.50 again. I mean, you hear some people in the XRP community think this token would one day be worth $10. I don't know. I'm just in it just to flip some money basically. So my average was 20 pence and the price is 15 pence. So obviously I'm at a bit of a loss here, but again, it only makes up 3% of my portfolio. So whatever, I'm holding it for the long run. And I don't know, maybe I might buy some more at 15 pence to dollar cost average. So as you can see, I like a very diversified portfolio, and I also have 1% of Cardano, and I purchased that at an average of 6 pence, and Cardano now is around 10 pence, I believe. So Cardano is nearly 10 pence. It's done a bit of an uptake recently, and that's because of I think the Shelly upgrade that's coming, which enables staking on the Cardano network. So people get excited about that stuff, and that's why the price has increased. But again, I just bought some Cardano because the same reason why I bought XRP, because at its all-time high, Cardano was £1.04. Yeah, lots of people believe with the roadmap and all the updates that they're going to release over time, that Cardano will reach its all-time high prices again. It's possible. I mean, the purpose of Cardano is basically to be an Ethereum competitor. So it wants to provide a platform whereby you can do smart contracts, build dApps, and it wants to be scalable. It wants to be fast, cheap fees, all that stuff. Every single blockchain out there is pretty much all trying to do the same thing nowadays. And that's what Cardano wants to do. At the moment, they're not there yet. They're not really being used for any of that. They're still in the building stage. Now they just bring about proof of stake. And then the next stage is, I think, the next update is smart contracts. So it's not even a working product, but this cryptocurrency market is all about hype. Cardano was not a working product when it reached £1.04. So if they continue to build the system and network out during the next bull run, it can potentially reach these prices again and maybe a bit more. So I just bought a bit of Cardano because if it goes and reaches the all-time high it did last time, I will just sell my Cardano. And I think I've covered all of it. I have 1% of EOS and 1% of Pundi X. I think the average I paid for EOS was about £2. It's such a small amount. I mean, the coins and tokens that I have 1% in, that Pundi X as well, I'm at a little bit of a loss. Like I think 50% of a loss in Pundi X. I mean, I'm gonna dump my Pundi X as soon as I break even. I don't really care about it that much. And EOS, again, another project I don't really care about. Again, it's trying to compete with Ethereum, a platform for people to build decentralized applications and so on. The same as Cardano, all trying to compete with Ethereum. I just own 1% in EOS like I do 1% in Cardano, and that's pretty much my portfolio, guys. This is what my holdings are, and if I'm always on the lookout, to be honest, for good projects. Obviously, you can't have your money in all of them, and you can't own all of them because there's just too many projects out there. I mean, even the majority of them are crap. There's a lot of crap ones, but there's still like a good few dozens of solid projects out there, and you can't, well, I can't anyways, I can't have my money in all of them. So I literally just try to pick the ones that I truly believe in, the ones that I think are going to do well over a long period of time, and I do my due diligence, I do my research into these coins, tokens, projects, and then there's a few factors. I look at the price. If I see it's undervalued, because If I don't see it's undervalued, then I won't bother invest because I think I'm too late. So there's so much factors here. But if you do have any good coin token that you think is worth looking into, then please share it with me so I can check it out, and if I like it, I may invest in it. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you think, if you have any project that you think I should look into. And yeah, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the bell notification icon so as to not miss my next video. Take care and goodbye.